Well, let's talk about the health thing. This is hanging over the entire offseason. Everything they do, everything they want to plan is the fact that they can't figure out, or they haven't solved their injury issue. They're always the most injured team in the league. And there's theories. We've heard about the substation theory. What's interesting is that the NFLPA interviews all the players and gets them to grade their own team in a bunch of different areas. And the Niners always have excellent grades in terms of playing surface and nutrition and the chef and the weight training and the way they treat the families on game day. They really go out of their way to please the players in every way except for one: training staff, training facility, C-, both of them. And the training staff in particular, no other team in the NFL got a C-. The Niners officially have the lowest graded one. That's what the players think of it. What do you think of the players thinking that?
Okay, I want to be very careful here. Lowell, I am not putting down the training staff. I am not competent to talk about training staffs. So I am in no way criticizing them. Training staff, I want you to know that seriously. But the players have criticized the training staff. That's significant. They deal with the training staff. I don't. For some reason, they have misgivings about it, about the training staff. Word gets, Iggy, I don't think it was just the Niners who voted on this. It was the whole league, right?
Believe so.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's players voting on their own team. I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Let's say it's that. But word gets out. These players aren't stupid. They know how to read. So they know, over in Santa Clara, the Niners have misgivings about the training staff. What if I get hurt? This is, if they're weighing two teams, a good player is weighing two teams. One got a B+ or an A in the training staff, and the other gets a C-. And the worst grade in the league of 32 teams, I'm going to go to the one that has an A. Because, I may get a high ankle sprain. I want to be taken care of. So the fact that the players have voted this way is a very, very bad mark against the 49ers. It's probably more serious than the substation.
You want to hear what the Seahawks got?
Yeah.
Training staff?
Yeah.
A. Training room? A-. Well, they got A's across the board. They got 2 B+ and 1 F, and the F is for the field. Teams that have that turf get F's across the board for that stuff.
They should.
I just hate it. Yep, I agree.
They should.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so let's delve a little more deeply into this.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers know how to please players. We know that the eating room is phenomenal and their facilities are phenomenal. They could, if they need to, upgrade the training staff. I'm not saying they need to, but the players seem to be saying they need to upgrade the training staff. Iggy, why haven't they done it?
Makes you wonder, right? Like if the weight room got a C from the players or a C-, you figured they'd upgrade the weight room because they have an A. The weight room got an A. They have a state-of-the-art updated weight room. The strength coaches get an A. It just makes me feel like they got the results they invested in. If they truly wanted to have the best training facility and trainer possible, if they wanted to get an A, if they cared what their players thought, they would make it happen. But they haven't. So,
right.
Makes you wonder why.
Well, something that you've mentioned is, paradoxically, it may be that they're saying to the players, we want you playing. Correct. We don't want you with the trainers. We want you on the field. So we're not going to make it comfortable and cuddly for you to be in the training room and not playing. Fine. I understand that. The paradox is they have more injuries than other teams. So they end up in the training room. Maybe if they had quote unquote better trainers, they would be on the field. So what they're doing is to me, Iggy, is self-defeating. That if they had allegedly better trainers, they wouldn't be in the training room so much and they'd get what they want. And another thing, the training facilities, the rooms, they didn't get the worst in the league, but they still got a C-.
Yep.
Again, training facilities and training rooms are not people. it's equipment and tables
Yep.
and state of the art stuff that they know about in Seattle.
Hmm.
How come they don't know about it in Santa Clara? I mean,
Hmm.
these trainers talk to each other, these owners talk to each other. So again, it's a decision on the part of the 49er ownership. We're not going to have a great training room. We're not going to do
Yeah.
that. We don't want them in there. Well, you got them in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how cynical are the 49ers? You're in the football business. Everyone knows that players get injured quickly, and it's called the not for long league, essentially. So, are you really trying to invest in bringing players back after they've gotten injured? Or is your attitude, hey, there's a lot more football players out there. Let's go find them.
Yeah, but Iggy, they invest in players who are injured every day.
It's true.
It's what they do.
It's what they do.
It's what they do. That's
Yeah.
why their thinking is so contradictory.
Yeah.
You'd like to sit down and say, what are you actually thinking? Have you
Yeah.
have you written down on a piece of paper what your goals are and how this doesn't work? I mean,
Yeah.
I'd make a list. You would make a list.
Yeah.
And
It's just funny with John Lynch, he'll be the guy who'll come out and be like, when he's asked about the substation, we take the health and safety of our players with the utmost seriousness.
yeah,
And we are going to look into everything. Okay, well, they're going to dismiss the substation because there isn't like a ton of hard science backing it up. There's some scientific theories. This is the opinions of your players. And they're not going to change the training staff because it's been the same training staff for 9 years. If you got the feedback and you don't do anything about it, what other conclusion can we come to then that the Niners really don't care that much?
Iggy, if I pretend for a moment that I'm Jed York,
Yeah.
I'm not Jed York. Pretend for a moment, and I got those results on a survey, I would get rid of the training staff, even
Yep.
if I thought it was good.
Yep.
I would get rid of it and invest more money in allegedly a better training staff, and I would upgrade the training room facilities yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yep.
I would do it to make my players not happy, to make them confident that we have their
Yeah.
backs, and to make them confident we can get them on the field. Why would you not do that?
Yeah. It's one thing to say the substation isn't a real issue. Don't worry about it. It's another thing to say, no, the training staff is actually good. No, the training facility is actually good. Apparently not. You apparently not according to your players who are actually in there. So if you're going to push
Yeah.
back against that, you would push back against anything. And it makes me wonder, why are you so reluctant to actually address this issue? And no wonder it's an issue year after year after year because you won't address any part of it.
If I were an owner, Iggy, it would embarrass me.
Yeah.
I would be ashamed. I would be ashamed, and I would fix it. I would be ashamed. And I think it's funny. You can push the Niner ownership around. We see how the players do. But I think shame and guilt are appropriate feelings in the right circumstances. And I think they should be ashamed of what they're presenting the players. And on that alone, they should change it. I don't think people always should feel ashamed. In this case, Jed York should feel ashamed
I
and
agree.
act. What are you
I
laughing at?
agree. This day we're going to look into it, and the players are like, "Look right here. This is where we want you to look at this thing right here." And they're like,
Right.
"We don't see anything. We're looking. We're looking so hard. Where should we look? Look right here. I don't see anything." Okay.
And
Well,
and you know what the players hear? That management is saying, "Screw you,
screw you.
screw you."
Screw you. And what did Jed say? Hey, Jerry Rice stayed healthy. So essentially, the Yorks' attitude is, if they were better, they wouldn't get hurt.
And Jerry got hurt.
If you're really good at football, maybe you wouldn't get hurt. Maybe you should be better at football.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure that's what George Kittle wants to hear, and Fred Warner.
Jerry got hurt. Joe Montana got hurt. Steve Young, he got his career ended with a
He sure
concussion.
did.
Yeah.
Everyone gets
People
hurt.
get hurt. Yeah.
No
It's
one.
like
There's
boxing.
no one.
You
There's no
get
one
hurt.
who didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
All day,
you
every
get
day.
hurt.
Kim says SF after next season are going to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Stu AC is a new member. JDM says bring back Ross Dwelly. Didn't they do that last year at some point? And bring back Tariq Owens. Yeah, bring them all back. All right.